Good news for the offensive line. Jack Conklin activated from the physically unable to perform list. That's a guy, if he's right, he's one of the best right tackles in the NFL.
Yeah, the Browns really missed him last year. He missed 9 games. He ended the season on injury reserve. And you're right, Dave, that was a big blow. And they were scrambling all year to replace him. They had Blake Hance. They had a rookie, James Hudson. Because Chris Hubbard, remember, tore or dislocated his arm, his elbow in the opening game and was on injury reserve all year. And they played catch-up all year because, if you remember, Jedrick Wills had a high ankle sprain, but he kept playing because they really didn't have a backup to the backup. And so Hubbard's been filling in at right tackle, which is good news. But to get Jack Conklin this early back in training camp tells you how well he's doing. And so that could really anchor the line again, having him healthy, because not only did he missed the final 8-9 games with a torn patella tendon. He dislocated his elbow earlier in the season, missed a couple games. So, it's big, and it's under the radar, obviously, with the Watson news. So he should be out there at practice today, which is a big news for the Browns.
And especially those first 6 games, if it is Jacoby Brissett, you want that line at full strength because you want to be able to run the football.
Exactly. You got Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, all those guys that and Ernest Johnson behind a full force offensive line. You really ought to be able to control the game. And that's what Brissett has been as a game manager, not turning the ball over. And there's an argument. Last year, the Browns were 8-9, despite such a bad year for Mayfield. If they just had a quarterback that didn't turn the ball over in key situations, they would have won a couple more games. So Brissett's that guy. In 2019, he had 15 games he started. He had 18 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So he's not a guy you rely on to carry the team, but you have a good defense and you have a good running game, and he can manage it. That can set you up, especially if it's the first half of the season.
And to kind of illustrate what you're saying, you're not comparing him to Baker Mayfield at his best. Comparing him to what you got out of Baker Mayfield last year, which wasn't really good.
17 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and there was 5 games on the last drive that the Browns could have won if they would have got a first down on offense or scored. And they didn't do that in those 5 games. If you only won 2 of them, you're 10-7. You're right there. So, that's what it comes down to. And I just think that this sets up well as it is now. Right now, it's good news. Hopefully, the NFL doesn't throw everything out of whack. And Thursday, we're talking about a different situation.